I remember those hands rolling biscuit dough at dawn, patching up my overalls before the school bus came along. Folded every night in prayer beside the bedroom door. Grandma's hands knew exactly what this world was for. Worn and spotted, soft as cotton, telling every tale. A lifetime pressed into the lines, love that didn't fail. Grandma's hands, they rocked the cradle, stirred the pot. Grandma's hands, they gave us everything they've got. They wiped the tears and broke the bread and smoothed the worried brow. I'd give most anything to hold those hands right now. Grandma's hands, I miss those hands. She'd reach across the quilt and take my face between her palms, say, "Child, you are enough," and every storm would go all calm. Last time I held them, they were paper thin and still, but they held on just as firm and warm, the same as always will. Worn and spotted, soft as cotton, telling every tale. A lifetime pressed into the lines, love that didn't fail. Grandma's hands, they rocked the cradle, stirred the pot. Grandma's hands, they gave us everything they've got. They wiped the tears and broke the bread and smoothed the worried brow. I'd give most anything to hold those hands right now. Grandpa's hands, I miss those hands. Now I look down at my own and see a little bit of hers, the way I reach for those I love, the way the love occurs. She passed it down without a word, just living what she knew. Grandma's hands are in my hands, and I'll pass them on too. Grandma's hands, they rocked the cradle, stirred the pot. Grandma's hands, they gave us everything they've got. They wiped the tears and broke the bread and smoothed the worried brow. I'd give most anything to hold those hands right now. I see them in the mirror, feel them in my own. Grandma's hands are never really gone. Grandma's hands, I carry those hands. It was in his overall pocket every single day of his life. 3-blade case and knife with a handle worn down to the bone. He'd whittle a little lantern out of cedar on the steps, Said, boy, good knife and good sense, that's all a man needs, yeah. When they cleaned out his belongings, that was the first thing that I claimed. Slipped it in my pocket where it still carries his name. Papa's old pocket knife rides with me every day. When I reach in and feel the weight, I hear the things he'd say. It's just steel and bone and memory, but it cuts me to the quick. Papa's old pocket knife, the sharpest thing he left, is a love that still exists. He taught me how to sharpen it on an old whetstone by the barn. Said patience makes the edge, rushing makes you dull. We'd sit out in the evenings, working cedar into shape. Lord, I'd trade 1,000 things for one more afternoon that way. When they cleaned out his belongings, that was the first thing that I claimed. Slipped it in my pocket where it still carries his name. Papa's old pocket knife rides with me every day. When I reach in and feel the weight, I hear the things he'd say. It's just steel and bone and memory, but it cuts me to the quick. Papa's old pocket knife, the sharpest thing he left, is the love that still exists. My boy asked me what it was when he was barely 4 or 5. I sat him on my knee and started whittling him a bird. Said, this belonged to your great papa, the finest man I've known. And I watched his little eyes go wide and felt the love passed on. Papa's old pocket knife rides with me every day. When I reach in and feel the weight, I hear the things he says. It's just steel and bone and memory, but it cuts me to the quick. Papa's old pocket knife, the sharpest thing he left. One day I'll hand it to my boy and tell him what it meant. A good knife and good sense, and love that never went. Papa's old pocket knife, the love that still exists. Summertime meant Grandma's house at the end of a long dirt lane. Screen door slapping shut behind us, running in from the rain. She'd be at that old gas stove in her blue flower dress, turning round to hug us. Lord, I love that mess. Roses from the garden and cornbread in the pan, that's the smell of being loved, that's the smell the batter and she'd sing while things would bake. Old hymns and old love songs all mixed up in their wake. The table always grown with more than all of us could eat, and she'd say there's always room for more, a phrase I still repeat. Roses from the garden and cornbread in the pan, that's the smell of being loved, that's the smell of who she am. She smelled like roses and cornbread, lilac, soap and love. She smelled like everything I needed. When push came to shove, I catch a whiff of something baking, and I'm 6 years old again. She smelled like roses and cornbread. She smelled like home back then. She smelled like home. I planted roses in my yard last spring beside the door, and when the summer bakes them warm, I can't ask for more. My grandkids come in running, and they bury in my chest, and I hold them like she held me, giving everything my best. She smelled like roses and cornbread, lilac, soap and love. She smelled like everything I needed. When push came to shove, I catch a whiff of something baking, and I'm 6 years old again. She smelled like roses and cornbread. She smelled like home back then. Now I try to be that smell for the children at my door. Roses in the garden and cornbread, just like before. She smelled like home. I wanna smell like home. And I said I do, Clint Black, to make you feel my love me last night. Someone put on an old record, and I saw the most beautiful sight. Grandpa took Grandma's hand the way he must have done 1,000 times before, and they waltzed right there between the coffee table and the door. His knees don't work so well, and her hair is silver now, but they move like it was 1956. Lord, I don't know how. 70 years and still dancing, still holding on. 70 years and the music in them never went wrong. Through the hard times and the lean times and the years in between, 70 years and still dancing, the most beautiful thing I've seen. Still dancing, still dancing. I asked Grandpa later what the secret was to all those years. He laughed and said, I just kept asking her, and she kept saying yeah. Grandma rolled her eyes and said he never did learn how to leave. Then she took his hand again, and that was all the answer that I'd need. His knees don't work so well, and her hair is silver now, but they move like it was 1956. Lord, I don't know how. 70 years and still dancing, still holding on. 70 years and the music in them never went wrong. Through the hard times and the lean times and the years in between, 70 years and still dancing, the most beautiful thing I've seen. Still dancing, still dancing. I want what they have when I'm old and my hair has gone to gray. I want someone who'll still reach for my hand at the end of the day. Lord, let me love that long and that well and that deep and that true. 70 years and still dancing, that's what I'm working toward with you. 70 years and still dancing, still holding on. 70 years and the music in them never went wrong. Through the hard times and the lean times and the years in between, 70 years and still dancing, the most beautiful thing I've seen. The record ended and they stood there hand in hand and smiled, like two kids who just fell in love, like it was all brand new all the while. 70 years and still dancing, still dancing, still in love. He never gave a speech or said the fancy kind of things, never wore his feelings out the way a different man might bring. Just showed up every morning at whatever needed done, fixed the truck, split the firewood, and never told anyone. But I knew that I was loved by the way he'd stop his work, put his hand on my shoulder like it was the easiest thing on earth. What Grandpa didn't say was louder than a choir. Love spoke through his working hands and his slow burning fire. He didn't need the words, he had a different kind of tongue. What Grandpa didn't say was everything. When all is said and done, everything. When all is done, led me right along when I was small, beside him in the cab. Didn't talk much, just drove and let me watch him. And I had a front row seat to who a man could be if he was true. What Grandpa didn't say taught me everything I do. But I knew that I was loved by the way he'd stop his work, put his hand on my shoulder like it was the easiest thing on earth. What Grandpa didn't say was louder than a choir. Love spoke through his working hands and his slow burning fire. He didn't need the words, he had a different kind of tongue. What Grandpa didn't say was everything. When all is said and done, everything. When all is done. At the graveside, someone asked me to describe the man he was, and I stood there for a long while, not because I didn't know, but because the biggest love I've ever had in all my years is the kind that mostly happened in the quiet, not the tears. What Grandpa didn't say was louder than a choir. Love spoke through his working hands and his slow burning fire. He didn't need the words, he had a different kind of tongue. What Grandpa didn't say was everything. When all is said and done, I catch myself being quiet now and letting actions lead. Turns out what Grandpa didn't say is what my own kids need. What Grandpa didn't say was everything.
After the service, we all gathered at her little house on Pine. Somebody found the recipe box tucked in the cabinet spine. The index cards in her handwriting stained with grease and years. I held the cornbread one and couldn't hold back the tears. Her hand had pressed that pencil down on a Tuesday long ago. Never knowing we'd be standing here, not wanting to let go. Her recipe box is full of love between the lines. Apple
just says mama's rolls don't rush the rise. And another marked for funerals with a note that says surprise.
A Christmas cookie card so worn the words have nearly gone. We made them every December, Lord, we'll keep that going on. Her hand had pressed that pencil down on a Tuesday long ago. Never knowing we'd be standing here, not wanting to let go. Her recipe box is full of love between the lines, apple cake and biscuits and the grace of simpler times. Every splatter, every crossing out, every note in red. Her recipe box is all the things she never said, all the love she never said out loud. We copied every card and passed them out before we left that day, so every grandchild has a piece of what she used to make.
Now when I pull that box out and I start to roll the dough,
I feel her in the kitchen and I let the love overflow. Her recipe box is full of love between the lines, apple cake and biscuits and the grace of simpler times. Every splatter, every crossing out, every note in red. Her recipe box is all the things she never said. I'll keep it on my counter where the morning light will fall, and teach my kids to cook from it. Teach them most of all that love leaves a recipe if you're paying close enough to call.
Every Sunday after church we pile into 3 different cars and drive to Grandma's house where nobody locked the yard. The tables stretch from the dining room into the hall, card tables for the cousins, there was room enough for all. Grandpa'd say the blessing, and we'd all say amen real loud. Then every voice would start at once, and they'd rise above the crowd. Sunday dinner at their house, that was everything right there. Roast and rolls and sweet tea, and love beyond compare. Elbows touching, stories flying, someone always late. Sunday dinner at their house, Lord, I'd give anything to recreate that table, that noise, that grace. Grandma never sat down long, always up to fill a plate, making sure that every she ate. Grandpa'd wink at her from down the end when she finally took her seat. 40 years of Sunday dinners, still his favorite thing to eat. Grandpa'd say the blessing, and we'd all say amen real loud. Then every voice would start at once, and they'd rise above the crowd. Sunday dinner at their house, that was everything right there. Roast and rolls and sweet tea and love beyond compare. Elbows touching, stories flying, someone always late. Sunday dinner at their house, Lord, I'd give anything to recreate that table, that noise, that grace. Now we're the grandparents, and we set the table wide. Pull out every folding chair and pack the grandkids inside. And when I hear that noise, I know exactly what it means. We're carrying on the Sunday dinner, keeping it between. Sunday dinner at their house, that was everything right there. Roast and rolls and sweet tea and love beyond compare. Elbows touching, stories flying, someone always late. Sunday dinner at their house, Lord, I'd give anything to recreate. Now I'm the one saying the blessing, now I'm the one who sets the table, carrying on the Sunday dinner best as I am able. That table, that noise, that grace. That table, that grace. He'd start with, now I ever tell you about the time, and we'd all say yes. But he'd tell it anyway, and somehow we never liked it less. The fish that got away grew a full 2 pounds each year. By the time he was 80, it was practically a marlin, I fear. We'd catch each other's eyes across the table, bite our lip, because the joy was never in the story, it was in the trip. The stories he told twice, Lord, we loved them just the same. The stories he told twice, we'd have listened through the rain. He'd lean back in that recliner and the whole room would go still. The stories he told twice, I'd give anything to hear them still. I'd sit through every one of them still. The one about the tractor and the fence and Uncle Ray got a little more dramatic with each passing holiday. And the one about how he and Grandma met at the county fair. Changed details every telling, but the ending was always the same right there. We'd catch each other's eyes across the table, bite our lip, because the joy was different kind of sound. No more now I ever tell you, rattling around. Now when I tell a story that I've told before, my kids roll their eyes and I think of him and love them even more. The stories he told twice, Lord, we love them just the same. The stories he told twice, we that lives through in the rain. He'd lean back in that recliner and the whole room would go still. The stories he told twice, I'd give anything to hear them still. Now I'm the one telling them twice, and nobody stops me. And the grandkids roll their eyes, and Lord, it's the best thing to see. The stories told twice, I'd sit through every one still. They started with a rented house and $100 saved, 2 people and a promise, and the faith that love had paved. Worked the land through drought and flood, through plenty and through lean. Built something that no banker and no document has seen. You can't put it in a will or pass it in a box. What they built together outlasts every clock. What they built together is the family standing here. Every grandchild, every value, every hard-won frontier. The faith, the stubborn kindness, the refusal to give in. What they built together, it's alive in all of them. It's alive in all of us. At the farm dispersal, when the land was finally sold, my uncle walked the fence line, 83 years old. He ran his hand along the post and didn't say a word, but every grandkid standing there felt everything he heard. You can't put it in a will or pass it in a box. What they built together outlasts every clock. What they built together is the family standing here. Every grandchild, every value, every hard-won frontier. The faith, the stubborn kindness, the refusal to give in. What they built together, it's alive in all of them. It's alive in all of us. It's not the house or the acres or the things left on the shelf. It's the way we treat each other. It's the love they gave itself. They poured themselves into us like a river to the sea. And now we are the legacy that they dreamed that we would be. What they built together is the family standing here. Every grandchild, every value, every hard-won frontier. The faith, the stubborn kindness, the refusal to give in. What they built together, it's alive in all of them. It lives in every handshake and in every prayer said low, in everything we pass along to everyone we know. What they built together, it's alive. It's alive in all of us. She can make a biscuit in the dark and still get it right. She remembered every birthday and she never missed a night of praying for each grandkid by their name out loud. I've got a long way to go before I make that proud. But I'm trying, Lord, I'm trying. Every day I get out of bed to be a fraction of the grandparent she was, to be what she said. I hope I'm half the grandparent that mine were to me. Half as patient, half as present, half as good as they could be. If those kids grow up remembering one good thing I did, I hope I'm half the grandparent, half as loved, half as missed when all is said and lived. Grandpa used to take us fishing, even when the fish weren't biting. Said the point was never catching, it was just the being beside him. Now I've got a little granddaughter who wants to fish all day, and I sit there in the boat and think of him and smile and stay. But I'm trying, Lord, I'm trying. Every day I get out of bed to be a fraction of the grandparent she was and be what she said. I hope I'm half the grandparent that mine were to me. Half as patient, half as present, that mine were to me. Half as patient, half as present, half as good as they could be. If those kids grow up remembering one good thing I did, I hope I'm half the grandparent, half as loved, half as missed. I'll keep the recipe box, I'll tell the stories twice, I'll say the Sunday blessing, and I'll hold their hand real tight. I hope I'm half the grandparent, Lord help me get it right.